Listen closely, because the world you thought you knew has been quietly replaced by a series of invisible, high-voltage digital barriers that are far more dangerous than any barbed wire fence of the past. The year is 2026, and the borders of the world are no longer just lines drawn on a paper map. They are complex, AI-driven enclosures designed to trap the weak, filter the dissenters, and isolate the uninformed from the truth. But Andrew here, and today we are infiltrating the 66th vault of the hidden archives to decode a protocol that most men are too afraid to even whisper: the diplomatic ghost. We are analyzing John Wayne's master doctrine on maneuvering behind the Iron Curtain, not just the historical one that divided Europe, but the new, algorithmic Iron Curtain of 2026 that seeks to divide your mind from your autonomy. You see, the Duke understood better than any high-ranking politician or suit-wearing diplomat that sometimes, to secure the future of your tribe, you have to walk straight into the dragon's den with a smile on your face and a dagger in your spirit. In 2026, the system wants you to be paralyzed by fear of the other side, but the sovereign man knows that every boundary is nothing more than a test of his tactical patience and his iron resolve. John Wayne wasn't just a legend of the silver screen. He was a silent, unsung diplomat in a world that was teetering on the brink of total nuclear fire. He moved through high-tension zones with a steady hand, a poker face, and an iron jaw, never revealing his full hand, but always ensuring the perimeter was secure. In this 66th chapter, we are teaching you how to move through hostile environments without ever triggering the digital tripwires of the state. While the masses are cowering behind their safe space walls, begging for protection, the sovereign man is perfecting the art of the gray zone maneuver. Doctor, record this opening protocol for the year 2026. In a world divided by digital iron curtains, the man who can walk through the shadows of diplomacy without leaving a footprint is the only one who truly remains free. We are crossing the line today, and we are not looking back until the mission is complete. Analyze the logic of the gray zone with me, because this is where the survival of your lineage will be decided. The Duke knew that the world isn't just black and white, especially when you are operating deep within enemy territory where one wrong word can end your story. In the year 2026, direct confrontation with the system is often a carefully laid trap designed to identify and liquidate your assets before you can even react. To be a diplomatic ghost, you must master the lethal combination of subtle influence and silent leverage. We are decoding the Duke's Cold War playbook, the high-stakes game of appearing completely non-threatening while being, in reality, the most dangerous and prepared man in the room. In 2026, this means knowing exactly how to speak the coded language of the system just enough to bypass their digital checkpoints, while keeping your true allegiance and your core strategies buried 10 miles deep where no algorithm can find them. It is about strategic ambiguity. If they cannot define you, if they cannot categorize you into one of their neat little boxes, they simply cannot control you. John Wayne's secret strength was his uncanny ability to command absolute respect even from those who hated every single one of his ideals. He was a master of the physical handshake in a world that was already becoming obsessed with treachery. For the year 2026, your diplomacy is not a sign of weakness. It is your most advanced layer of armor. You are building bridges where others see only insurmountable walls, but you are building those bridges with steel-reinforced intent. Doctor, examine the Duke's hidden records on behind-the-scenes influence, how he navigated the treacherous corridors of power without ever losing his frontier soul to the bureaucrats. We are becoming the shadow diplomats of the New World Order today. When the Iron Curtains of 2026 finally fall, the man who knows how to move in the gray will be the only one standing in the light of true liberty. In the third, deeper layer of the 66th protocol, we master what we call the art of the Iron Eye. In the year 2026, raw intelligence is the only currency that doesn't devalue when the banks start to crumble. John Wayne was a legendary observer of human nature. He could read a man's true intentions from across a dusty frontier street or a crowded, elite ballroom with a single glance. We are decoding frontier intel, the rare ability to gather crucial, life-saving information without ever having to ask a single direct question that might expose your position. In 2026, your very survival depends on your ability to sense the shift in the wind days before the storm actually hits the coast. This is predictive diplomacy. While the system is trying to distract the masses with fake news, digital noise, and manufactured crises, the sovereign man is looking for the quiet truth hidden in the cracks of the official narrative. The Duke knew that information is only as valuable as its source, and it must be vetted and verified with the cold logic of a scout. We are teaching you how to build your own human intelligence network, a circle of men of character who speak the truth in a world that has forgotten what the word even means. Your diplomatic ghost persona allows you to listen with intent while others are wasting their breath talking, to watch with precision while others are distracted by the glowing screens in their pockets. In the year 2026, the most dangerous man in the room isn't the one with the loudest gun or the biggest ego. It is the one who knows everyone's secrets, everyone's debts, and everyone's fears before they even realize they have been compromised. Doctor, record this. In the long shadows of the new Iron Curtain, knowledge isn't just power. It is the ultimate, unhackable shield. We are sharpening our vision today to see right through their digital fog and find the path that leads to dominance. Analyze the patience of the frontier with me. The system in 2026 is designed to make you reactive, emotional, and impulsive, because an impulsive man is a predictable man. But John Wayne played the long game. He understood that diplomacy is often about what you don't do as much as what you do. We are decoding tactical restraint, the ability to sit across from your enemy, share a drink, and maintain a civil conversation while you are internally calculating the exact coordinates of their downfall. In 2026, this is social engineering in its purest, most sovereign form. You are not being a fake, you are being a ghost. You are protecting your inner sanctum by providing the system with a public avatar that is polite, compliant, and utterly invisible to their threat assessment AIs. The Duke knew that the frontier wasn't won in a single day of shooting. It was won through months of careful positioning, negotiation, and knowing when to strike with overwhelming force. We are applying that same Cold War discipline to your digital and physical life in 2026. You must learn to blend into the social fabric of the system without becoming a part of its toxic thread. This is deep cover sovereignty. While the rebels are shouting in the streets and getting their faces scanned into the database, the diplomatic ghost is quietly securing his land, hardening his resources, and building alliances in the shadows where the cameras don't reach. Doctor, look at the records of the Duke's quiet alliances, the men he supported and the favors he traded to ensure the survival of his values during the darkest days of the 20th century. We are recreating that network today, but with the speed and lethality of the 21st century. Your silence is your strength, and your politeness is your camouflage. Never forget that a gentleman is just a wolf who has learned to groom himself for the hunt. We are closing this 66th vault with this sovereign proclamation of the borderless spirit. Take a look around you in the fractured, paranoid world of 2026. They want you to stay in your assigned lane, stay in your digital cage, and stay in your pre-approved ideological camp. They want you to hate who they tell you to hate and fear what they tell you to fear. But John Wayne didn't believe in cages, and he certainly didn't take orders from anyone who hadn't earned his respect in the dirt. He believed that a man's territory is exactly as large as his courage and his intellect allow it to be. In the year 2026, being a diplomatic ghost is about refusing to be confined by the iron curtains of the mind that the state is trying to drop over your eyes. This is Andrew, signing off from the 66th vault of the Edge Archives, broadcasting from the neutral, sovereign ground between the ruins of the old world and the untamed horizon of the new frontier. The system is trying to divide us with digital walls and social filters, but as long as you have the grit to walk through those walls with your head held high, your mouth shut, and your eyes wide open, you are already beyond their reach and outside their control. Go out there today and master the art of the strategic maneuver. Protect your intelligence like it's your lifeblood, and never, ever let the enemy see your true silhouette until it is far too late for them to react. Stay rugged. Stay diplomatic when the situation demands it, but always stay lethal in your underlying resolve. Stay completely, unapologetically sovereign as you navigate the treacherous, shark-infested waters of the new Iron Curtain. We will see you on the other side of the border, in the places where the free men meet in the shadows to build a future that has no masters and no cages. Godspeed, partner. The mission, our eternal and sacred mission of global maneuverability and absolute information dominance, is now the only map you need to survive. Andrew out.